All right. Good morning, everybody. Welcome to Coffee and Craps with John from Pro Craps. I'm here in sunny Florida. You can tell from the background. I guess there's my mom's palm tree back there. Anyway, I'm down here visiting my mom for the week. We went to St. Louis over the weekend. I went with Jennifer and Skill and Luck, Dylan. We met Dylan and Jeff, being out from Great Craps. I'll talk a bit about the memorial service here in a little bit, but yeah, I decided to come to Florida afterwards and visit mom, and we're going to go through some work. We got some things to clean up here and stuff like that. So she's actually at work right now. She works full time. My mom does. So she's at work all week, and so yeah, while she's at work, I'm going to be here kind of cleaning the house up and sort of working through some bills and that kind of thing with her. So anyway, that's why I'm here. Now, I'm going to give you a little bit of a preview, I guess, of what's going to happen today, but it's going to be a non-normal show. And I may not get, I mentioned, as a matter of fact, I know I won't get to some things I had planned, and I'll explain why to you there in a minute. But let me try and change my screen here and see if we can't get the show to look like it normally looks here. Give me a second. I'm going to try and do this. Let's see if this even works. Hey, look at that. We're on the wrong screen, though, but it's kind of right. That's cool. Let me go back to the beginning here. And give me a second here. It's going to take me a minute to get things back where I want to get them to. We're going to talk about the Molly here in a minute. Oh, my goodness gracious. My computer is a little bit mad at me right now because I made the mistake of trying to install Parallels. So, long story short, I was going to run some Windcraft simulations today to go through the 5-count, the 3-point Molly, and some other things. But I didn't actually get Windcraps installed before I left Washington. So here I am in Florida installing it this morning, and it's taking a little while. So we're not going to probably get to the Windcraps today. But what I wanted to do today was do a quick recap of the daily paycheck from last week and talk about where we're going to do the paycheck with this week. I want to give you a little bit of a review and some looking at pictures we got from the Mid-Mo-Yo Memorial that we did over the weekend in St. Louis. And I'll talk to you a little bit about what I'm calling Versus Week here on Coffee and Craps. So we'll move ahead here and quick recap of the daily paycheck. Jen and I, by the way, we spent the weekend in the car. Basically, we hung out at Harris KC for a little bit, and we drove 3 hours to the service and 3 hours back. We had 6 hours of talk time in the car. We talked about the paycheck quite a bit and the Molly and where it stands and kind of how we're going to run stuff. So I do want to make a couple of basic announcements about this. So first things first, the paycheck is doing good. The Molly is 11-4. We've done 3 weeks of it. We have 1 week of the Molly left, and it's 11-4. We haven't taken a full whack yet. We've taken we've gotten beat by a few $100 a couple of times. It's fought its way back. As you know, I'm not in love with the Molly. It's a good strategy. Mathematically, it's very sound. It's a little boring to play. I liken it to baseball, where you're basically in the batter's box and you're not allowed to swing the bat. The pitcher tells you, you just sit there and either walk or you strike out, right? That's the only two choices. That's the Molly. The dice tell you where you're going and if you win or not. You get no say in the matter other than how much you're putting out there. It's a little bit boring, a little bit unsatisfying to win that way, but I'm winning, so I can't complain too much. I'm not going to change much of anything moving forward here. We're going to keep it as it is. I like the rhythm that we're at. I like the fight back that we're doing. I'm loving the 1-3-2-4 or the parlay press on that pass line. I'm loving being aggressive down there. That's actually helped us out a little bit. Potentially, I could see this thing being a baccarat on the line, a Wayland style thing. And again, this is kind of how the horseman kind of got boring too. It's like a Molly, but from the don't side. It's got some elements that I like in terms of that. If we do some line play, I think the line play is where this thing can shape up. But anyway, that's a quick recap. My plan this week was to do a daily paycheck from here in Florida, but A, I didn't bring any dice. B, there's no way to set up a second camera to watch me roll the dice down here. So my only other choice is to do it through Crapsy and have the Crapsy do the random rolls for us and then play the Molly that way. Totally unsatisfying. We'll wait. I'm going to cancel the daily paycheck for this week, and when I get back to Seattle, we'll do it with dice. I just don't want to do it with. I don't think doing it with Crapsy is going to be any fun for anybody, and B, it just doesn't feel real to not use dice. So we're just going to skip it for this week. I think that's the best move to make. However, I may take that time slot and do some other things with it. We'll see how that moves forward. All right, so let's talk about old Chiro. We had a really cool time down there at the service. So I give it kind of, and I've got some pictures. Actually, let me pull the pictures up while I'm doing this. Give me a second. I'm going to pull the pictures up. And let's see. Can you all, by the way, hear me okay? I'm going to go back to here. How's my audio? Is the audio good? I hope it's okay. Make that sense. Stuff here. Let's see. So yeah, Mid-Atlantic Craps streamed the memorial. We got there. We're like, who's going to stream it? And we all got our phones out. We're trying to do. And then Mac hit a button and he went live by mistake. Kind of like, okay, I guess we're doing it that way. There it is. So it was cool. Let me. I'm going to switch screens here. We're going to go to this screen here. So let's get through some photos of the event. Now, the first thing I want to show you. This is the photo not of the event, but Jen and I stopped for lunch, and I saw this on the back of a car. I took a picture of it. United We Roll, Harley Davidson flag thing, and I went to their website, and of course the actual Harley Davidson United We Roll flag has all this great pro USA stuff in it. What a cool tagline and logo for us to use for Craps for the Cure, right? United We Roll. It has a craps feel to it. It's a flag. We're doing things for vets. So I'm going to be calling Harley Davidson this week and see if I can't work with them somehow to use this logo and this word for Craps for the Cure. I think it's awesome. Anyway, we saw that at a Hardee's down there. There's me and Jen's, actually Shadows in the car taking a picture of it. So that's going to be a thing. Anyway, so moving ahead, I got pictures that we have shared here from Skill and Luck and Jeff along the way. So this is, if you remember when I had Dylan and Chiro on for the United States of Craps, Missouri, they were talking to us about the town of Uranus and the fudge factory. So here's Dylan made sure and get pictures for it because they stopped there. Him and Jeff stopped there with Joy to get some fudge at Uranus, and there's all sorts of amazing, funny signs that he took pictures of down there. The Uranus City Jail, of course. These I can't zoom in, but there's some funny stuff on these signs in here too. So the more balls in Uranus, the more fun for everyone for the golf thing. God, that's so funny. They have fun with it, that's for sure. They definitely have fun with that in their town down there. So I think we're getting some weirdness on the feed, but that's okay. We'll done. There's Skill Dylan. There's his wife Joy, who I got a chance to meet and hang out with again at the memorial service. What else do we have here? There's the Hive. This is where it was. It was a place called the Hive. In their town, the Hive is like a not really a restaurant so much, but it's like a venue we can rent it out for events, kind of like this one. So it was pretty cool. Am I getting? Let's see. I think you're not seeing the whole picture, I guess, but hold on a second. Let me try and hold on. Well, I get it, it's fine. You can see it good enough. I know that the screen share isn't the greatest here, but it is. But there's Skill and Jeff. Dylan, by the way, every bit as tall as Jeff. Nobody expected that. I don't know why. I guess because we always see Dylan sitting in his chair for Craps Chat. So he's a big, tall dude. So is Jeff, obviously. Jeff's wearing the Mid-Mo Yo shirt, as I did. There's Crystal with those two inside the venue. There they are again. There's a couple of silhouettes. There's Crystal with Layla, and some of Layla's, I think they're cousins. Layla was, by the way, so awesome as Joy. Joy paying full attention to the festivities. There is me taking a picture of. They had this big picture of Chiro up on kind of this like service table that they had in the back there. And the service table looked like this. There was the cards. We signed the guest book. You can see his urn with the on button. Crystal had a small Craps felt over there, and we all signed it. And there's the hard hat. And the hard hat, I don't have a picture of it up close, but Crystal and Layla both signed the hard hat while we were there. So we will be auctioning the hard hat off at Craps for the Cure. And now it's got their autographs on it, which I think is really cool and special. It was neat to have it down there since he did win it for the month. So I think that was kind of a cool thing to have that be a big part of it. And there's a better look at that table. I signed it. By the way, I signed the 4, 6, 8, and 10 School of Hard Knocks is what I wrote on there. Just I don't want to forget that. Something else I don't have a picture of, but I can give to you. Let me get. Hold on. Look at this picture for a minute. I'm gonna walk away. Be right back. I want to show you something cool with the camera. All right, I'm back. I'll show it to you in a second. It's actually a pretty cool thing. More pictures we have. There's Dylan paying attention, and me and Leon not so much paying attention. There's me and Leon. Leon also not paying attention. The random pictures being taken, but I thought it was cool to kind of get all the shots that we had. And there's the three of us. Dylan doing his best to not be so tall. He's actually kind of slinking down, so he's not towering over us like our like me and Leon's dad, which is cool. And there's the four of us over there again. There's Jen said, "Hey, wait, don't forget about me. Let me get in this picture too." And Jen popped in there and got in the picture, of course. That's a great picture of us. I think that's a keeper for sure. We're all looking at the camera. We all smiled, and that's a good group of folks right there hanging in. On the tables where we sat, Crystal had all these dice that she had done, and she actually she said that you can tell like the faces aren't correct, but she painted these things. She said we got drunk one night, me and Chiro were at the bar, and I was bored and I just started painting dice. So she sat there and all these cubes that she had done, just kind of painted them up. So she has those things, and I got a bunch of those in my bag that I took with me. So those will be some gifts that we can. I got some for some friends to for Chris and for Craig and some folks, and we may auction a pair of those off too at the Preps for the Cure thing. They're pretty cool. There we are eating lunch, all of us. And let's see. Again, another this kind of close-up shot of some of the decoration they had. There's Layla and Crystal. Oh boy, it was great. There was a lot of joy in the room. Like Crystal was smiling most of the day. Layla was happy most of the day. There was times where they both broke down. Like Layla kept when we were talking, she kept giving us hugs, and like it was really neat to be there. Like I said, and share that day with them. They really appreciated the fact that we all flew in from out of town. A lot of the friends that were there and family didn't even know Chiro had a YouTube channel, didn't know he was a craps player. They're like, who are these random people showing up to our place here? But it was cool because Crystal played this video. She had taken the videos that we had put together, except for a few of them. Like mine couldn't convert, so it wasn't part of it. But she made like a big 10-minute video montage with and you can see if you go to Midmoyo's channel, you can watch the video that she played. It's got some great Chiro clips on it. It was really cool, you know what I mean? And there was a lot of tears during that, but also just a lot of cracking up. Like, the time he ate that freaking chip and we were all laughing. It was cool. There was like I said, there was a lot of good times and a lot of bad times during the thing. There's some more pictures of her. Yeah, I got to mess with it. It's not my computer right now is it's trying to install Windows, so I know it's going back and forth with not showing pictures and showing pictures. So we'll get back to normal. And that's now I'm at my mom's house and I'm ready to start throwing down up here. So that's all the pictures I've got. Let's go back to this screen here. I'll take the Photos app down. Let's see if we can get back. Me with Keynote. Hello. There we go. We back? Kinda? Can you see me now? Why is Keynote not working? There we go. How about now? Can you see me now? What is going on? Give me a second here. This thing should be showing. Keynote. Hold on. It's my computer is struggling. Can we get this going back again? There we go. All right. Yeah, the computer is struggling. I'm sorry. It's I started the show and it's still trying to install Windows, so it's got to work on it. Anyway, here's this other thing I want to show you. This was you can see this is a $100 chip from Harrah's. So Crystal gave me this chip while we were there, and if you all remember the story when Chiro said that they went to I know my computer's doing a thing. When they went to Harrah's KC, and he did the $10 pass line bet and $100 max or $1,000 odds because it's 100x table, and he won the bet. Remember that story? He was freaked. He said how he freaked out about winning the bet. He they forgot to cash in some of the money. So Crystal gave me this chip and said, "Hey, when you go to Harrah's, that's me and Jen stayed there. When you go back there, play this for him, right?" So I was about to do it, and Jen said, "Don't play the chip. Don't do it." Like she said, "Get $100 out of your pocket and make the bets, but keep that chip. Like this is Chiro's chip. So this is a chip that he had brought back from that day, and Crystal saved it and gave it to me. So this is the actual chip that one of the chips he won off that table that she wanted me to play. I pulled $100 out of my pocket, so I had the chip, and I used my own money. And so I called Jeff and Dylan, and I called Craig, and I said, what do you want to do? What do we do with the money? How do you want to play this thing? So I went to the crapless table, and I did a $25 hard 4, $25 hard 10, which is part of School of Hard Knocks. I did a $24 6 and 8, and I put the rest of it up on the yo. So I bought the yo on the crapless table, and I did 6 and 8 and the hard 4 hard 8, hard 4 hard 10, and we just let it roll out there. So the guy who's rolling the dice sets a point and then sevens out. So in true Chiro fashion, we 0.7 out. He rail dumps and 7'd out, just like he did on the Yahtzee challenge with Big AZ, and just like he did with me at Casino Quest for Craps for the Cure. So Chiro rail dumped, Chiro 7'd out, but I have the actual chip in my possession, so we've got it. So we have the chip, and there it is. So that's never going. Matter of fact, I'm going to take this chip, and I'm going to put this chip in. Remember the display case that Dice Dr. Dan and everybody presented me with at Craps for the Cure? This chip is going to go in that case front and center. I'm going to take my chip out of the center and put this one in the middle, and this is going to be the chip that highlights that thing. And that will complete the circle, I think, of the Craps for the Cure from last year. So I think this is a really cool thing to have. Yeah, Jen would clutch on that idea. Save the freaking chips. I saved the chip. I burned $100 in his honor, but I saved the actual chip, and here it is. So that's not going away. Jen, that was super clutch. And by the way, Jen, I have the videos. I couldn't show them here today, but I got Jen and I took video. I should have. Maybe I still have the picture of it. Hold on, let me take a look here. Let me see if I can find it on my phone. I think I've got the picture here on my phone. I do. You're not going to be able to see this very well, but let's see if I can make it big. You see this here? It says, emergency alert, weather service, tornado warning in the area, right? Jen and I were driving back from the event, and we could see the lightning in the background. Jen's taking video in the car because the lightning show we got was this amazing light show, right? It was awesome. And I'm like, God, I hope we don't see any funnel clouds. Like, that looks pretty shitty up there. Well, 10 minutes later, we start getting alerts on our phones, and it's like, get in the basement, hide from everything, like get at it. Holy crap! We pulled over behind all the semis. We pulled over behind a semi. And I'm like, Jen, I can't see the road. Like, I couldn't see the lines. So I pulled over, and we let this thing blow past us. And I'm telling you what, man, it was unbelievable storm. And we didn't see any funnel clouds, but holy crap, man, it was insanity. So. But I had the videos. I couldn't show them. There's no way to show the video from my phone through here in a way that you can understand. So, but it was wickedly cool, and yeah. So that was it. It was a great service. It was awesome. Again, watch the videos that Crystal put up. The video that I put up, she didn't get to show it, but I can tell you basically what I gave a speech there. Which is essentially word for word what my video would have been. And Jeff filmed it all, and I think Jeff's when he streamed it all live, you all probably should have seen it, right? So it was a great event. I'm glad we got a chance to go down there and hang out and meet the family, and sort of, it was neat. It was a like one of those things where you have to do, right? And so we got it done, and that's that. So all right, what is next over here? Oh no, my screen just went black. What happened? Oh no, I logged myself out. Are we still live? We are still live. Okay. That was interesting and fun. I hit a button and I logged myself out of my computer. Why can't we see what is going on here? This thing is not zooming in right. I don't know what's going on. Let's see. All right. Well, it's okay. I'm not going to worry that much about the quality of the screens, even though I'm a nerd and I can't help but worry about that kind of stuff. All right, let's move ahead and look at the next thing here. Quick reminder of the December 13th to 17th casino party at GVR with Premier Hosting that I'm working with. Now, today I was going to do this, the 3-point Molly versus the 5 count, and I can't because I don't yet have Windows installed on this machine. So I'm installing it now. Tomorrow I can do this first versus, which means Friday there will not be a Friday Follies. What I'll do is I'll move the 3-point Molly versus the 5 count to tomorrow. We'll back everything up by one day. And so I'm doing 4 this versus that shows this week. One of them, 3-point Molly, the standard way that I've been playing on my show, versus the 5 count from Dominator and that group. And that'll be the first one because I've had this assertion, as you know, we talked about it all last week. And I talk about it a lot, this whole idea of not playing, like not losing because you're not playing, which you might as well, like I said, stay home and not play and also not lose versus being there. And I have this personal conviction, you might want to call it, whatever you want to call it. I have this personal thought that waiting for conditions to happen doesn't really help or hurt anything. It's kind of a thing that I don't really understand completely. The logic of waiting for a condition, because the dice don't understand conditions, the dice just roll, right? So whether there's been 5 sevens or 7 sevens in the last 10 rolls, the next roll of the dice is still the same chance of being a 7. So I don't understand taking rolls off. Dominator and the Golden Touch group put out a video, and this is in every book they write, the strategy, I call it. And I'll put it in there. It's not really a strategy, it's a thought pattern of the 5 count, which is they wait to qualify a shooter. They say, I'm not going to, and this is like an Ed thing too. A lot of people who are controlled shooters will say, I'm not going to waste my money on a random shooter, right? Which I think puts random shooters, quote unquote, into a negative bucket. Like you're a piece of crap because you're a random shooter. I'm not going to waste my money on you. Okay, I think everybody to some degree is random, whether you're a controlled shooter or not. Even Cashier's Cage will tell you we are all random to some degree, right? We're just trying to control some parts of it, of our throw. So to put random shooters in a bucket is kind of a pejorative to start with. The 5 count was designed to say, well, the 7 comes on average every 6 rolls. So we're going to wait for 5 quote-unquote good rolls. So 5 rolls that are non-horn numbers that are after the point. So set a point, get 5 decent rolls, and if you've gotten that far, you've beaten probability, therefore I'm going to now bet on you, right? You've beaten the 7 enough times for me to start putting money out there. And what ends up happening is they start come betting. So it's a come progression from that point. Sometimes they play 1 come bet and that's it. Sometimes they play 2 or 3, depends. And the idea is you don't put money out there until, or within the bounds of expectations. You don't burn money during the 6 rolls that are expected to see a 7. That's their whole point. And if you get past that, and then they feel like you're quote-unquote qualified, and now you're worth my money. That's the 5 count theory. Mathematically, I get where they're coming from. You're going to avoid a lot of the early 7s, and you're going to play it only into the longer rolls. Again, the dice don't really care if it's roll 1 or roll 9, right? If you wait 5 rolls and turn your bets on, and then you wait 9 more rolls and turn your bets on, you're still seeing your bets are still out there for 2 rolls. They just aren't consecutive rolls. So mathematically, to me, I don't subscribe to this, but you will lose your money slower. You're still going to lose all your money. You're going to lose it at 1/5 the rate. So when I do this in WinCraps, we're going to run WinCraps 3-point Molly versus 5 count. 5 count's going to play a 3-point Molly after the 5 count. That's what's going to happen. So they're going to have the same number of bets, the same number of total potential risk. You're going to see them both go to 0. It's just going to be how fast they go to 0. The Molly will go to 0 faster than the 5 count. The 5 count will still get to 0. There's no way that's not going to happen. But you will see that they will get there at different speeds. The 3-point Molly will probably make 50 paychecks in between times when it goes to 0. It'll make paycheck, and go to 0. The 5 count will never make a paycheck, right? It'll take it forever to make 1 paycheck because of the amount of time that it's live for. You follow what I'm saying? So you'll find that there's less times where you make money but also less times where you lose it all, or you lose it all a little slower. So that's what I predict will happen, and I'll run that one out tomorrow. I'll start that tomorrow. We'll bring it WinCraft's installed here. I'm going to work through some of the computer issues that I've got trying to stream remotely. We'll see what happens, and we'll get it running. I'm going to run them side by side starting tomorrow. That's my plan. So hopefully, again, things on my end here get a little bit cleared out in terms of, like I said, the computer right now is running at 1,000% because it's installing Windows while I'm doing the streams. And that's why you're getting the weird flashes and that kind of stuff. So hopefully that will be good. And yeah, Dr. Dan is saying, my guess, yeah, she was the grandma, Patricia DeMoro, I believe it was the first time she ever played craps. Yeah, I think it's maybe it's legend, right? Maybe that's how the legend goes, but I believe it was her first time ever playing that she did that big ass role. So it's definitely, the whole, people say it, right? More random rollers hit the ATS than controlled shooters do. More random rollers go on longer rolls than we. It's the dice, man. The dice do not give a rat's behind if you're random or if you're regular, right? So let me, I'm going to switch hopefully to the screen that has the questions and answers on it, and we'll probably end a little bit quicker here because, again, the computer is not happy with me right now. But let's go one screen back. Oh, make it screen back. I'm going to search for Q's and A's, and we'll just run through the chat here. So PCs. What PCs do we have here? We have Jeff saying, regardless of opinions on dice action, we should all keep an open mind. Yeah, thanks, Jeff. Yeah, be open to what I'm saying here, and I'm not definitely. I have a personal opinion, right, on this whole subject. My opinion is strong. My opinion's based in math, right? But it's my opinion. And I think it's important for everybody, my name is in the wrong spot, for all of us to realize this, right? My opinion is my opinion. Although I feel strong in it because it's rooted in math and facts, it doesn't mean it has to be your opinion. It doesn't mean it's the only way to do stuff. And I think the 5 count, the 1 count, things that like Darksider preaches, which is, don't get beat twice by the same shooter, and when the 7s are running hot, you do it. Fine. If you want to classify a table as hot or cold and play or not play based on that, that is your choice. It's your money. Bet with it how you feel it. I have an open mind about that. My mind is closed to it, though. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm open to you doing it. My mind is closed in terms of I will never make those kind of decisions. What I do, which may feel the same to some of you, is a bankroll decision. I'll say, look, I'm going to put, if I'm playing the Horseman, good example, I'm putting 4 units at risk for the Horseman, right? 4 units at risk. So that means they don't pass and 3 comebacks. If the don't pass gets picked on the come out, right, I may replace it once, right? And if it get a point set, then I have 2 comebacks left, right? If the person picks the point and takes that don't pass bet, I have 1 unit left. I'll probably not put it on the don't pass. I'll probably wait for the point and go in the come. And that's only because I'm trying to stick within my rhythm. I'm not going to not get burned twice. I'm going to put 4 units at risk in the best place that I can. So if I'm playing the Horseman and a number gets picked, or the don't gets picked, I won't go back to the don't. Not because I'm scared of the don't, but because that unit that was on the don't didn't do its job, and the other ones will. I make bankroll decisions like that. If I have, again, if I'm playing a Molly and I get, or a Dolly, whatever, and I get picked on the don't pass, I'll wait for the next one. It's not about not getting beat twice. It's not about worrying about taking rolls off. It's about putting my 4 units or 5 units or 7 units that I've got set aside for very specific jobs. And I if 2 of those were meant for the don't pass and they both get picked off, I'm off the don't pass. I go continue my strategy. That's just how I do it. So again, you do you, I'll do me. I'm just trying to give you the math behind everything. And I want to give you some good examples to show how the math works in reality, right? So it may take 100 rolls for one guy to go to 0 and 1,000 rolls for the other guy to go to 0. They're both going to 0, and that's it. I know the choppy it's awful. I'm sorry. It's because my computer is working too hard right now. So I'm really sorry about that. It'll be better tomorrow because I won't have such a big here. So, let's see. Oh, shoot. Okay, you know what, Jen? I will get her to mail us some of those cards for sure. I'll ask for that. I know we can get some. All right, so we have choppy video, we have choppy audio. I'm going to go ahead and we'll just end the show a little early today. That'll be fine. Again, tomorrow we'll have, my computer will be less taxed tomorrow. It should be a little bit less choppy and good. But yeah, today, before we get out of here today, don't forget, you've got Big AZ tonight. That's the only thing I see live tonight is Big AZ. I will not be doing Daily Paycheck today. I'll start it tomorrow. I'll go back and do Daily Paychecks again. But I'll use that time for WinCraps time. But I won't do it as a real paycheck. We'll just play around and have some fun. So with that said, guys, I'm going to go ahead and stop the feed here. I know it was a kind of a boring show today, but I wanted to make sure you saw the pictures at least. I hope you got to see the pictures. And tomorrow we'll have a better run of it. My computer will be less taxed, and we should have a good day. So with all that said, guys, yeah, my final thoughts are this. Thanks for oh God, what happened there? Thanks for being here with me on the show today. Appreciate that. And again, for all of you who wanted to be there with Bristol and Kayla, or Layla rather, they know. We told them. they know that you all wanted to be there. We passed along everybody's good wishes, and yeah, that's it, folks. I'm gonna go ahead and get off the show, and unless there's anything else in chat, I'm gonna go check the chat real quick and see. Yeah, Gordon's on the fence with the 5 count. Like I said, it's a money saver. The 5 count will save you money. It'll make your money last a lot longer. But it's, again, having your money last longer is an illusion, right? It's the illusion of not losing, right? You're still going to lose it. It will just be losing slower. That's the only difference of it, right? It's just it's the length of the bleed. It's not the fact that you won't be bleeding, right? It's a death by 1,000 paper cuts versus getting your arm chopped off. That's the difference. I'm more of a let's get out there and take the shot quick than bleed it out super slow. So that's it. All right, guys, I'm out of here. Y'all have a good rest of your day, and I will see you in the morning. Hopefully less choppy show tomorrow, but yeah, I'll see you then. Y'all have a great day. Thanks, everybody. Bye. Oh. Can't find the button. Sorry. There it is. Maybe.